What is up guys, it's your boy Swell. I'm here, back with another Classic WoW video for Cataclysm Classic. Now, with the pre-patch for Cataclysm approaching at light speed, and the actual expansion as well, coming out in about a little bit over a month's time, a lot of people have started prepping for Cataclysm. I am one of those, and in this video I want to show you guys another way that you can prep for the Cataclysm expansion, more of like in an economical way and through transmogs. This is going to be episode number 3 in my Cataclysm preparation video series, where we try to prep for Cataclysm in various ways. In episode 1 we talked about farming transmogs actively inside dungeons. In number 2 we talked about investments and stuff like that. In this one we are taking a look at farming transmogs once again, but in a very different way. Now, before we take a look at the video and all of the things to farm, I do want to say that I have a Cataclysm Classic gold making guide, which shows you exactly how to make gold right now before Cataclysm comes out, before the pre-patch, during the pre-patch, and in the Cataclysm expansion. And by getting this guide you also get access to a private goldmaking community, where I give you guys early access to videos and even more tips and tricks. You can check out the goldmaking guide through the link down below in the video description, or the pinned comment as well. I have also started posting a lot more on Patreon, where you also get access to early access to videos and detailed goldmaking guides and posts over on Patreon, as well as my TSM strings, and you get at least one exclusive video every single month that has to do with either Classic WoW or Cataclysm, which is like a video that will never go public on YouTube. It will just be on Patreon, and it talks about gold making, either gold farms, investments, or some way, shape or form to make gold that will only be on Patreon. That way that information will not be public, at least not made public by me, and that way you could make more gold by doing those things. So, check out my gold making guide or my Patreon through the links down below in the video description or the pinned comment. It really helps me out, and I believe I can help you make some gold as well. Now, let's dip into the video. So, like I said, in this video we are taking a look at a couple of different ways to farm transmog, and we'll be taking a look at several ones in this video, so here we go. We're going to be focusing a lot on either farming raids, or farming, once again, maybe dungeons, but mostly open world farming, and places where you can either camp, log out, or just log in once or twice per day and check things out. So first off, we're in the Crystal Vein mine in Strangleton Vale. This is a very known place by now, and I even have this included in my gold making guide, which was made half a year ago. So here we go, we have this one right here, the Chromatic sword. This can be dropped by Scalebelly, which is a rare inside this cave. So you can either just go inside, use a rare scanner, or even like a target macro, see if he's up, and if not you can go back out, or do what I usually do, is just have one character parked in this cave and log into the cave before work or before sleep or something like that. Just log on in the morning and in the evening and check him out and see if he's available. In addition, I want to show you guys what the sword looks like. So here we have an example picture of what the sword looks like and why it could be in demand as a transmog item in Cataclysm. It has a very unique type of look with some sort of enchanted glow on it by default. So once again, Scalebelly is going to be deep inside this cave, right about here, and you can see right now there's another Death Knight camping here as well. On the many servers out there, this will be heavily camped, and if you're playing on a PvP server, there could even be some PvP action as well. Now alternatively, what I've done in the past here was I was playing on Giant Stalker, the dead fresh server basically, and I camped items like this on a dead server and then paid for a transfer. The thing is, I was able to solo camp both this one and the next item we're going to talk about on a completely dead server and get the kill every single time, and then transfer back to my OG server. Basically, I had to pay for a transfer, but when you pay for 3 of them or buy 3 in a bulk, you get a significant discount, so I was able to farm them basically for free for a long time. Either way, that's farm number 1. Item number 1, literally once again, just camp inside this cave, have a character you log on once or twice per day, and you can get an item worth a lot of gold. The character doesn't even have to be level 80 like I am, literally make a Death Knight, level him up to level 59, complete the starter zone, then go here. That also works out. Alternatively, if you're leveling in a Cataclysm pre-patch, you can go by this cave and see if the mob is available while you're questing. Make some extra gold while leveling as well. Now, while we are in Stranglethorn Vale, let's take a look at more of an active farm as well. This one is on the beach over here, and you're just killing blood sail mobs, like blood sail NPCs. You can do so on this shore right here. You can go more to the left, like cross the road and go to the left, like north of Booty Bay as well. You have a camp of mobs over there, and you have them at the start of this island. You even have them on the boat. My preferred way to do this is to kill the mobs around the camps on the island. Like the camp I'm looking at right now, there's 3 mobs and 2 on the outside. So as a DK, I can just death equip one of these and just pull them all back to the camp, do an AoE and they're all dead. Go to the next camp, do the same, and then go to the boat and do the same. So just do a quick lap around this place. Now, if you want to do both the shore and the boats, I do recommend being a DK or someone with water walking, just to be able to like close the gap from the shore to the boat. And what you're farming for here is the first mate hat. So first mate hat, once again, is a BOE and it's a cloth BOE, level 35 in this case, and they can drop off of all of the blood sail mobs at this place. Now, first mate hat looks exactly like this, and is selling for a few thousand gold on most servers out there. Exactly how much it sells for, I can't really tell you, it's very server dependent, which is why I'm not really talking about gold per hour here, because it's very RNG, and also, it does, like, for me it could be 2k, for some of you it could be 10k, like, the price difference here is big, it's huge, so for this one it's absolutely great, it's a good farm to do, and if you're just leveling anyway, you can incorporate it while leveling, find the hats while leveling, grind mobs while leveling as well to make some more gold, and it's a very super chill gold farm. Like, the mobs are level 40, so in this case you can bring the warlock in, death whip the warlock, pull all of these, and you see, you literally one-shot the mobs, right? So you just pull them, him, loot, pull, loot, and at this place, once again, you have a lot of mobs around in the same place, so you can just pull absolutely all of them, you kill them, you loot them, and you hope to get lucky. The thing about this farm is that it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, it will take you some time to make gold from this, and if you don't get the first mate hat, you get basically nothing. Like, that's the only real item they can drop that has a high value. You can sometimes get other greens that also can sell for a little bit, but it's just like everything else is bottom value. Silk cloth sells for pretty much nothing, mana potions sell for a little bit, but it's like 1 gold, who cares? And you get the Stranglethorn Hills pages. Now, the pages could be going up in price a little bit in the Cataclysm pre-patch, as a lot of people will be leveling alts, but for the most part that's not really a good way to make gold anyway, right? You can make some extra gold by doing this, but it's not even close to being like why you're doing the farm. You're doing the farm for the first mate hat, which has a very low drop chance from this place, but can drop from this place. So once again, I focus on the camps here, just pull all the camps, kill all the mobs, and instead of waiting for respawns, at this point, this is where I would do this, water walk, and go to the boats. At the boats, you also have a lot of mobs available, so you could literally just camp the boats, and that usually works as well. Like, at the shore there, you have a few mobs, at the boat, you also have a few mobs, even on the strand in between the boats, you also have a couple of mobs. So going onto the boat, you can do 1 big AoE pull upstairs, and 1 big AoE pull downstairs as well. Now, I also want to touch base on not exactly transmog farms, but a farm you really might want to consider doing before the pre-patch, and even like during Cataclysm as well, but this could be a really good thing to do before the pre-patch, and I'll talk about why after showing you the items. So in this case, we're going to focus on formulas. So the first formula we have here is the formula for enchant weapon spell power. This one can increase the healing power or the spell power of your weapon by 30. So as here you can see, enchant a melee weapon to increase spell power by 30. This one can be dropped inside Molten Core, and I also want to highlight this one, the healing power. This one is only 29, but it's only a 1 spell power decrease, and you can get both of them from bosses in the Molten Core. So you could make a strong argument for doing Molten Core right now, because first of all you can get these formulas You can also get blacksmithing recipes, leatherworking recipes, you can get lava cores, fiery cores, all of the materials you get from doing Molten Core. So go inside Molten Core, solo the trash, solo the bosses, kill everything you can, and you can even net some really good transmogs for yourself while doing so. So you can get transmogs for yourself, recipes for enchanting that are really worth a lot, and even recipes for leatherworking and blacksmithing, which while they are not worth the same amounts as these formulas, they can still net you a little bit of gold and it's extra change for a farm you're already doing. And you can get all of the materials on top, like the fiery cores, the lava cores, all of that shit. Another formula worth grabbing here is the formula for Enchant Weapon Crusader, and this one can be farmed for and dropped in two places. First of all, you have the Spellbinders in the Western Plaguelands. For this one, you literally have two places to camp, as you can see right here, and you literally just camp this place, log out for a bit, wait, or you can even just go AFK, so like you have the camp, wait for the respawn, and then camp them one more time. They have less than 1% drop rate, so don't expect to once again get rich quick here, but you can also actively farm them in the Eastern Plaguelands, from the Scarlet Archmages all the way down at the Tyr's Hand. Once again, they can only drop from the Archmages, so look for those, use the target macro to find them, kill them, and loot the formula. Now, when it comes to all of these formulas, when Cataclysm pre-patch comes out, a lot of people will be looking to level up alt, whether that is a dwarf shaman, a human hunter, any of the brand new race and class combinations will be enticing to people, and also leveling up the brand new races, goblins and worgens. And while leveling, a lot of people like to enchant their heirlooms with enchants like this. So for example, the Crusader enchant, when the I don't remember what his name was, but like, you know, the Discover's Delight type of buff that gave you 100% experience bonus, Joyous Journeys. When that first came to Wrath, I made about 75,000 gold in pure profit by selling scrolls of a Crusader, like enchanting Crusader onto a Velium and selling that on the auction house. I made 75,000 gold profit by selling the Crusader enchant to people looking to level up alt. I'm not even playing on a really high populated server in Wrath, so if you're playing on Gehennas, for example, Farmo, I don't know what the most popular servers are, but if you're playing on those, you can make ridiculous amounts of gold. And even me, I'm playing on Parwood Village, I'm making still ridiculous amounts of gold by selling enchants on Veliums on the auction house. So Crusader enchant worth looking into, spell power as well, and healing power. You can farm the formulas while farming transmogs for yourself in Molten Core, for example, through the healing power and the spell power enchants or the formulas. And if you have enchanting, you can learn the formulas and make even more gold. Alternatively, buy the formulas right now on the auction house and flip and make even more gold. Now, for those of you who have stayed so far into the video, I have arguably left the best one for last. This one is selling for right now 30,000 gold on my auction house, and it's an item I have multiple of, I've been farming for a while, and you're once again doing the same thing as with Scale Belly. You can park a character here. Now, I would also recommend doing so. It's on the outside of Uldaman. You're not farming for the super items inside, don't worry, I'm not gonna try to get you to farm those now. We already have a video on those super items. But for this one, you're farming farming an item on the outside of Uldaman. This is a rare, he spawns in this cave, and he has a couple of different spawn points, so you just want to know about them and look for them and even use a targeting macro. So the item you're looking for is the Gold Miner's Helmet, dropping from Digmaster's Shovel Flange. Now, as you can see, when the mob is available, he has a 10% chance to drop this item. Now, Digmaster Shovel Flange can spawn in 3 different locations in this cave, so use the targeting macro for sure. One of the spawn points is right here, up in this place. Actually, not down here, but like up here. He can spawn up here as well, so just walk over here and see if he's up. If he's not up right here, then you literally go all the way back and you look for him in the other places as well. So he can drop the Expert Gold Miner's Helmet on a 9% drop chance. After you've been at this place in the mine, you go down here to the Trogs and look over there as well. And the thing is, if you go deep enough inside the Trog place, you can see him in the other spawn, because if I use my minimap right now, like look at my minimap on the top left, he can spawn over here inside this cave, and also over here inside this other cave. So when you use a targeting macro, roughly where I'm standing right now, this is the only place you have to use a targeting macro. Standing here, use a targeting macro, then you will see if he's spawning here, or inside here as well. So me using /target digmaster, for example, you can see right now there's no digmasters available, which means that he might be camped on this server. You really want to just make a character here and park him, log in once or twice per day, log on early in the morning, late at night, like when you wake up and before you go to sleep. You can check out these locations. Now this one looks like this. It's basically kind of a retent of the other mining helmet that you get inside Uldaman, and one of the reasons why this one is so expensive is that when you go into the patch notes on WoW Patch Builder, this item, or this NPC, the only NPC in the game that drops this item, is removed with the pre-patch, meaning you have a very limited time window right now to farm this item before the pre-patch goes away. Alternatively, if you were not lucky enough to get one before the pre-patch went away, you can buy them on the auction house, because if they remain to the same here, if they go by the OG patch, this NPC should not be available in the game as of the Cataclysm pre-patch. He was re-added in Legion, so if we ever get to Legion Classic, this item comes back, but that's a story for another day. For Cataclysm, this one is going to be extremely limited supply, as long as they stay to what they did back in the day. So there we go, that's another video for you to prep for Cataclysm. Once again, if you don't get the mining helmet, consider buying it on the auction house and you could make insane return on that investment. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below. Let me know how you are prepping for Cataclysm in the comments down below as well, and once again check out my gold making guide for even more gold making tips and tricks for Cataclysm Classic. Either way, I want to thank you for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait for the pre-patch and I can't wait for the expansion. It's going to be a great time. So, there it is. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will see you again in the next video very soon.